how you guys doing this evening? I'm coming to you with the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Season 8 episode. I don't know. How y'all living tonight? Well, y'all, we finna get right into it so I can get to moving. I gotta take my ass to work. Basically, you know, last week it went off when Don Juan confronted the little Three Musketeers and they fuck shit outside of the release party. So it starts off with Shamia showing up to Candy's office because she wants to try to squash what went on. So I'm like, why Shamia going to Candy's office to discuss what happened? Is y'all fucking for real, Shamia? You and Candy and Todd. Is that why you went to try to straighten shit up? Because I know you always saying that's my baby mama. Shamia was trying to fix shit. So when she got in there, she was trying to tell Candy about what went on. Don Juan was not having it. He was like, nah, it didn't happen like that. Don Juan said them bitches were Phaedra and Portia was doing all the talking. He was defending his buddy, and especially because they had just left out of the review party, he didn't appreciate them coming for Candy, you know. And he let them know that Portia was doing all the talking, okay? And he said anybody who don't know it's 365 days in a year, and that bitch need to go catch the underroad, well, do the underground railroad train run up under. How this bitch gonna sit up and basically try to take side? So Carmen, she's there. And she's going in on motherfucking Phaedra also. She's like, this bitch bought new titties. And this nigga done been gone for about a year. And this bitch still ain't paid Todd. And then these motherfuckers want to stand outside your event and discuss it. So, you know, the team, they wasn't happy. They was not happy. So, moving right along. Todd shows up to Miss Phaedra's office. And they're trying to squash this beef about who owes what. Todd showed up with receipts. I like that, Todd. Todd came with receipts. Oh, he had 2 checks that was $8,000 and some. He said, this is how much we said. It was going to be 25 G's. You paid me 2 installments. Your third of $8,000 has not been paid. She tried to go there. Well, I haven't received the product. He said, when you pay me my money, I will give you your product. And she was like, well, you know, I had the baby, and my mama died, my daddy died, my sister died, and every motherfucking thing else. And he's sitting there looking at her like, bitch, what? What? Like, bitch better have my money. When you pay me my motherfucking money, don't act like you don't owe me. I will give you your product. Phaedra still played the game and played like she was really going to pay Todd and went to her motherfucking confessionals and talked about motherfucking Todd. She said, I guess your checks must be drying up over there at TV1. And then she said, and maybe Candy done cut you off with your alliance. Shady Phaedra. Shady boots, Phaedra. Not if you trying to mend a relationship with you and Candy. That's just not how you handle shit, my nigga. Wrong way to go, Phaedra. I wish Candy wasn't pregnant, because Candy Hood is a motherfucker. She showed that when she was finna drag Cynthia ass. I think these two hoes may end up fighting. But Candy pregnant, so I ain't gonna put that out there. But y'all know Candy Hood. And Candy, she trying not to go there with Todd. And I just wonder, why is Todd so invested in this money? And I know he want to have his own shit and he don't want to depend on his wife. But, you know, when you see that this shit is causing so much confusion, you have not put out the workout DVD. I didn't even know the shit never came out. I thought the shit came out and Kenya and Phaedra then was competing with selling the DVDs. See, this is something I learned tonight. I didn't know the shit never came out. So anyway, this bitch played him to the left, and as he walked out, Miss Phaedra say, and you still won't get it until I say it's done. That's an evil bitch. And you know what's going on with motherfucking Phaedra right now? Phaedra is a miserable motherfucker. And you know what? That's one thing that's very true. Misery loves company. You gotta be careful with the company you keep. She see Candy happy. She's married. Her man makes an honest living. She's getting ready to have a baby. And you know what? Whether Todd married her for whatever, he's playing the game. And he loves her. I think he really do love her. That's why they've been keeping Mama Joyce out of shit. And we spoke too soon. This bitch will be back next week. So anyway, Portia, Dish Nation has chosen her to go represent them at the Emmy Awards in California and to host the red carpet. I hope y'all got the questions wrote down. Because, you know, the woman was coaching Portia in the car on her way to the event and telling them to ask these 3 questions. And for somehow, some way, she beautiful. She looked so beautiful in her gown. She was so happy to be there. And you know what? I feel sorry for Portia. I don't think the girls are mean to her because she's a pretty girl. Portia digs her own holes in life. Sometimes it's best for Portia to just shut up. And Portia always somewhere running her motherfucking mouth. And it's just relevant that it shows. If Portia would just sometimes listen a little bit more and be slow to speak and not so quick to be so motherfucking ghetto and hood and swing, you know, and I wonder where did she get that from? You know, we was talking about that and they say they've groomed her. Her mother has groomed her to be a wife, but that bitch hood, I'm sorry, she ghetto. So anyway, I'm happy for Portia. She did a great job at the Emmys. She met a lot of the stars. And I seen that the Real Housewives of Atlanta, they had their camera crew there. They were recording. Her and her sister, they was not on the same page. Lauren is pregnant and Portia did not know Lauren was not going to show up with her to the event. Now, she came to California with her, but they got onto the... They went into the conversation, who's going to help me when you're on your pregnancy leave and whatever, whatnot. And Portia was saying, Lauren, I know you think that I'm a drama queen, but, you know, I trust you. You open my emails, you book, you do everything for me. Who am I going to be able to trust while you gone? And Lauren is sitting there so calm, cool, and collective. And then the way she didn't want to show up to the event, y'all think Lauren is done found her somebody who got a little money and she may be telling Portia goodbye after she had a baby? For some reason, Lauren don't seem that interested in the job anymore. I don't know. Something in the water ain't clean. So anyway, Marlo shows up. Cynthia's having an event. And Marlo shows up to set up everything for the shades that, you know, the glasses that she's presenting. Or I don't know what kind of, to sell. I don't know what kind of party this is. And, you know, Marlo had to make her appearance. And I noticed Cynthia looking out for her. And she shows up. And she like, oh, we got to do this. We got to do that. Marlo said, if you want to make some money, I was the right person to call. Because I'm all about them coins. So, everybody shows up to the event except for Phaedra. And Don Juan is saying that motherfucker Phaedra ain't showed up. Because that's the bitch that always throw her hand. She always starts shit and she ain't never there to finish it. In other words, she the one who throw the rock and hide her hand, basically. That's what they're saying about Phaedra. So everybody's there and Candy's like going from person to person. I didn't like that about Candy. Oh, you know, I had a release party and, you know, I heard Phaedra and Portia and Shamir was out there talking about my husband. And she went from that group of people to when they met up with Peter and Cynthia, and she's just, you know, I don't like the way she was playing the little chatty catty. She was running from group to group, and, you know, Don Juan really got in her head. All right, you know what? Sometimes in life we could defend our friends. And I know some things, if we know they don't get along or it's something that's going to hurt their feelings, if we go in and bat for them 100, leave it in the comments, y'all. Do y'all think we should go back and tell that friend that's not friends with that person anymore everything exactly that was said? Because if I love you, I never want to hurt your feelings. Don Juan went in full-fledged, repeated every motherfucking conversation, all of the conversation, and he did not forget not, down, dot, period, or comma. And he used and, but, and, or, okay? He did not leave out nothing. So basically, Candy and Todd, they meet up with Cynthia and Peter, and we find out Candy is 6.5 months pregnant. And like I said, Candy was telling them what happened and how the girls were talking about them. And of course, she wanted to spill the tea to Cynthia, because you know Cynthia and Portia they love whatever, whatnot. So Candy good for carrying the motherfucking message. She's doing a good job. She's just carrying her own this motherfucking season, okay? So they sharing everything that went on with Peter and Cynthia. And Peter, like, damn, I didn't know y'all didn't get paid and whatever, whatnot. And they let him know, no, we didn't get paid. And basically, he still did get paid. And they go ahead and go into, Cynthia say, oh, I heard you guys are opening up a restaurant. And Candy is sitting there observing how Peter and Cynthia are at each other's throats. And they basically arguing because Peter does not basically live in Atlanta. He lives where his sports bar is open. It's in North Carolina, South Carolina. And he's basically never home. And they're sitting there, Candy and Todd, and they're watching these two motherfuckers go at it. And they just do not seem like they're happy. And Cynthia say, y'all not just basically having one baby, y'all having two. That restaurant and your baby, you know. And Cynthia's telling them it's a lot of work, you know. And Peter said, no, it's not. They don't get along on that. I mean, they not seeing eye to eye on anything. And it just basically look like their relationship is, it look like, I don't know, we're going to do a lot of praying. But it look like Peter and Cynthia relationship is about over. So anyway, we move right along. We get to now we've made it to the event Cynthia's having for her glasses. And all the girls are there except for Phaedra. Kim is there and Kenya. Kenya shows up. And basically, Cynthia goes to both of these crazy hoes that's not getting along right now. And say, you know, you guys, I'm going to need to do a commercial for my shades, my glasses. And I want you guys to be the executive producers and whatever, whatnot on my commercial. And Kim looked and she say, Cynthia also say, you guys are basically both the same. So I don't know, you know, maybe you guys are going to have to work together and help work on me a commercial. And Cynthia Kim sitting there looking like, bitch, what? Bitch, do you know you better check my motherfucking accolades. I'm the motherfucking one that know what she's doing. That shit Kenya been over there doing ain't shit. So Kim give her the motherfucking side eye. And Kenya laughing and joking and she putting the shades on. She said, don't you want me to star in the motherfucking production also? And Cynthia like, no, I'm going to star in my own motherfucking commercial. So I forgot to mention, Kenya dad showed up. And they sitting there and they shooting the breeze. And somebody mentioned on Black Twitter, there's something wrong with Kenya's father because he speaks very slowly. He speaks as if he's had a brain injury. And it is something wrong with him. I don't know what it is. But anyway, Kenya and the dad, when they sitting there, they chit-chatting, they going back and forth. Kenya basically reminiscing and saying that her love life all fucked up because her relationship with her family is fucked up. She never had a mom. It sounds like her and her daddy really ain't never been on the same page at all times because she ran away from him. He started crying and she see that it had really affected him. And the whole family fucked up. Shit. Damn, Kenya. You got some serious issues. Now I understand why you like you are. You ain't never been loved. It's probably why you can't find love. Because you got to learn how to love yourself first before you can love anybody else. So anyway, back to the event. Portia walks into the event. She speaks to everybody. And Candy looking at this bitch like, bitch, what? Candy get one of the most stank ass hello. And she makes sure she speaks to Don Juan and tosses her hand and struts back off. And Don Juan say, look at this old fake ass bitch. That's how he's basically talking, you know. So Portia at that moment asks Candy, can she see her for a second? And can they talk? And they walk off and they going over there and they're going to chit chat. And Kenya, she say, I don't know if y'all should let Candy go over there. And I think that's what happened. And let the pregnant lady, Candy, go talk to that crazy bitch by herself. Because y'all know she like to throw hands. She like to fight. So Kenya and her motherfucking confessionals are standing there saying, I hope their motherfucking insurance paid up. You know, because you know that bitch is ratchet and ghetto. So she puts it in Don Juan and Carmen head to go over there. So they walk over there. And Portia's like, I'm not finna sit here and talk to candy-coated motherfucking candy-coated Knights clique. I want to talk to you. And they both standing there like, we ain't leaving, you know. And they like, no, we're not going to leave. So Portia like, well, I'm not going to have this conversation. So Candy like, well, bitch, you know, y'all, Candy gets very, very, very motherfucking heated and hood. Bitch, don't come to me again because it's not going to be the same because we had a chance to get this out in the open. She said, but I don't want to discuss this with your team. I want to discuss it with just you. So Portia, and she struts out. Shamia takes off to try to catch her and say, you need to resolve this issue. I don't know. Shamia trying so hard to resolve this issue. And it just goes to show more that Shamia is fucking on them. I don't know, y'all. I don't know nothing about threesomes and all that old shit, but Shamia is trying her damnedest to resolve this issue. Shamia, Portia standing outside, and they're talking about things that went, you know, what happened that night. And Carmen walks up. And Carmen just like, no, that ain't how it went. And Portia looks over at her like, I'm not finna have this discussion with you. And Carmen is like, you know, we came over there because of whoop, 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 or whatever, whatnot. Portia decides she's not having the conversation with the help, as Miss Phaedra said. And, you know, Portia repeated it because Phaedra was talking about the help like with Don Juan. And when Carmen decided to insert herself in it, Miss Portia strutted off and said, I will not have this conversation with the help. And I'm like, whoa, damn, Portia. You just bout it right motherfucking now. So anyway, Portia reaches out to Candy to have a motherfucking lunch with her because she still want to resolve the issue. And Candy go ahead and meet with Portia. And they start discussing what went on. And Candy, I mean, y'all can see that motherfucker is hood. She said, I don't know why you taking motherfucking Phaedra's side. It sounded like Candy wanted to say, because she did say that bitch was through with Apollo before he even left. So I don't know what's with the pity party and why she want everybody to feel sorry for her. And she tells Portia that bitch is a motherfucking attorney. She's a lawyer. She know how to play up people. She know how to work people up, in other words, because she know how to work that jury. So in other words, Portia, she working you, bitch. She's working you. And she took the weak and she played on you. And the only reason Nene was her motherfucking friend, because Nene didn't have no other motherfucking friends last season. So why not them two click up? So anyway, basically Candy and Portia discussing shit. And it still didn't sound like things went the way Portia said it. And Candy believed Don Juan to the fullest. So they must have a great relationship because she believed his ass, okay? And they basically kind of resolved things. And at the end, Portia said, well, do you think you and Phaedra will ever be the same? Candy said no. Because she's noticing how shady Phaedra is being. And she's watching this bitch now. She said, bitch, I got both eyes on you. You know, all eyes on you. She said, bitch, if I wasn't pregnant, I think Candy would go drag Phaedra motherfucking ass. And then at the party, Kenya asks, so when Todd met up with her motherfucking ass, did you get your money? And they both looked and got quiet. And like, no, that bitch played us again. And Kenya say, in other words, she looked at her like, and you will not get your money. But it look like next episode, it's going to be interesting. Mama Joyce is going to appear. We haven't seen her all season. Kenya is going to try to get her storyline a little bit better. She's going to go knock on her birth mama door. And what else did I see? I think that's basically it. It was some more shit. But it looked like the next episode is going to be interesting. But if you guys like what you see, like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Follow me on Twitter. I ain't said this in a while. At Tiki_44. Facebook, Tiki Hickman. I'm on the gram at Tiki44. And you guys, I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a lucky day. And thanks for sliding through.